anytime you're doing anything, whether it's a sport, if I was a basketball player, if I was a football player, if I was a doctor, if I was a scientist, it's always good to have somebody that's been where you're trying to go that don't mind helping you grow. And so I just want to big up my big brother and tell him thank you. Because I've been preaching for 11 years, and y'all probably been seeing me for most of them 11 years. And so it's a blessing to be here. And I am ready to preach. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and this chance. Thank you for the privilege and opportunity just to stand before your people. Heavenly Father, even though I got the call today, the word had already been placed in me. So Lord, we just say thank you.
Thank you.
We ask that you watch over us all, keep us all. We all stand in need of something different, Lord. But one thing we all have in common is that we all stand in need of you.
Yes.
Only you can meet our needs. Only you can provide what we stand in need of.
Thank you.
Some of us need comfort, some of us need healing, some of us need love, some of us need a financial breakthrough.
Yes.
We all stand in need of something. Some of us just said, Lord, I just want a door to open up.
Yes.
Whatever it is that we stand in need of, I pray that after tonight's message, Lord, the clarity will come. The confirmation will come.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lord. For in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, we pray. Let all that believe say,
Amen.
Amen. Amen. If you can go to Mark chapter 10, I'll read verses 46 through 52. Mark chapter 10, beginning at verse 46, I'll read from the New Living Translation. Amen. I'm usually an iPad preacher. Today I'm an iPhone preacher. Hey. The Bible says, then they reached Jericho. And as Jesus and his disciples left town, a large crowd followed him. A blind beggar named Bartimaeus was sitting beside the road. When Bartimaeus heard that Jesus of Nazareth was nearby, he began to shout, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. Be quiet. Many of the people yelled at him, but he only shouted louder, Son of David, have mercy on me. When Jesus heard him, he stopped and he said, tell him to come here. So they called the blind man. Cheer up, they said. Come on, he's calling you. Bartimaeus threw aside his coat, jumped up, and came to Jesus. What do you want me to do for you? Jesus asked. Rabbi, the blind man said, I want to see. And Jesus said, go, for your faith has healed you. Instantly, the man could see, and he followed Jesus down the road. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. Verse 50 did something to me, y'all. It says, Bartimaeus threw aside his coat, jumped up, and came to Jesus. Look at your neighbor and tell him, I had to let it go.
I had to let it go. All right.
Find somebody else and tell him, I had
to let it go. Let it go. Yes, sir.
The text today deals with blind Bartimaeus. And we've heard this story before, probably many times, preached by many different preachers, but we're going to revisit it today. And blind Bartimaeus was dealing with something that he didn't ask for.
All right.
He was dealing with a circumstance, a situation. He was dealing with a situation that he didn't pray for.
Yes, sir.
And how many of us in here tonight can relate to Bartimaeus as saying, I'm in here tonight dealing with some stuff that I sure didn't ask for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Some stuff that you would say, Lord, if if you don't mind, you can go and take this off my plate.
Yeah. All right.
But despite the things that we're facing, despite the things that we're dealing with, God still finds a way to show up.
Yes, sir.
Despite the circumstance.
All right. Come on with it. All right.
Y'all ride with me for a minute. We won't be riding long, amen?
Right.
Isn't it amazing that you can have a situation, a circumstance that you didn't ask for, that you didn't pray for, and to feel hopeless, to feel like, man, I don't have a hope in this world. If God really loved me, why would he allow me to go through this? I see everybody else getting things that they praying for. I see everybody else getting things that they asking for. But why am I still stuck here with this situation on the roadside? I'm seeing blessings walk past me every day.
Have mercy.
But I'm just sitting here on the roadside.
Yes, sir.
I'm seeing promotions go past me every day, but I'm just sitting here on the roadside. I'm seeing people getting delivered, getting healed. I'm seeing people getting set free, but I'm just still sitting here on the roadside.
Yes, sir.
How many times have you wanted to give up on God?
All right. Have mercy. Have mercy.
Isn't it amazing that when you try to throw the towel in, it's like God will throw three back in? You throw one in and you like, How many times have you wanted to clock out on your Christian faith? How many times did you say, Lord, you know what, I just done had enough. You might as well go on and take my life. But the Bible says, they that wait on the Lord shall what? Renew their strength.
Yes, sir.
Some people don't like being weak. But I tell you, it's the weak moments
All right.
where you see God the best.
All right. I like to say that again. Yeah.
Because when your money right, can't nobody tell you nothing.
That's right. Yeah.
Matter of fact, when things working out how you want them to work out, you generally don't come to church.
All right.
But let some hell show up in your life.
Yeah.
And you be like, man, I can't wait to bust that church open. I can't wait to get to the altar. I can't wait to hear the word. I can't wait to lift up my hands because I got so much pain on the inside. If I don't let this out, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yes, sir.
The Bible says his strength is made perfect in weakness.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes you gotta get weak in order to see God show up strong in your life.
Yes, sir. That's right.
I would not be qualified to stand up here and preach to you had I not had some weak moments.
Yes, sir. Have mercy.
Why would he put a strong preacher in front of a weak crowd? But instead, he'll put somebody who can relate to you.
Yes, sir. All right.
Somebody who can say, you know what, even though I'm standing up here, baby, really I should be sitting down there because all of us have our issues, all of us have our problems, but God just got something different for me.
All right.
And that don't make me better.
Glory.
We just got different assignments.
All right.
We all members of the same body.
Yes.
You might be the eyes, but you still need the ears.
All right.
You might be the ears, but you still need the nose. You might be the nose, but you still need the mouth. You might be the mouth, but you still need the head. Everybody that's in this church is needed.
Yes, sir.
And God is going to fulfill something different through each and every last one of you.
Thank you, Lord.
That's why you don't have to be jealous
Thank you.
at what God is doing in somebody else's life.
All right. Yeah.
Look at your neighbor and say, my blessing wouldn't fit you. Tell him you look crazy crazy walking around with my blessing.
All right.
My son, he loves walking around in my shoes, and he looks crazy in my shoes. He can't walk in my shoes because my shoes don't fit. But as soon as you get where you're supposed to be, you don't have to try to fit in.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it'll fit you.
All right.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I think it went over their head, Pastor. When you really are sure of who you are in God, you don't have to try to fit in. Because the situation will fit you.
Yes, right. All right.
And generally, the people that's trying to lead you astray, they don't mean you no good anyway. Some of the coolest people in high school, give them 10 years.
Have mercy.
I know that.
Y'all ain't gonna catch that till y'all get out of high school. The girl that you thought was the baddest thing, catch her 10 years later. The guy you said, man, if I could just be his height, have his skills, catch her 10 years later. You better learn how to say, Lord, thank you for who I am. Thank you for what I have, because who I am is exactly who you want me to be. I can't do you, and baby, you sure can't do me.
Tell it.
Well, blind Bartimaeus is having another moment. I'm sure when he got up out of the bed, he said, you know what, I guess I might as well go make me some money. He gets dressed and he goes to where he normally goes to bed.
Yes, sir. Set up shop.
And this is the important part about the coat. That's something he would have sat on. Because the rolls was dirty.
Yeah.
So he takes a seat on his coat. And all of a sudden, here comes the crowd.
Yeah.
This ain't nothing new. Crowds come through here all the time.
Yeah.
What you think I'm here for?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna go beg where ain't no crowds. Unless you a crazy beggar. You want to be on Bell Road when you begging.
All right.
Murfreesboro Road. Somewhere where you know a lot of traffic is gonna come. So he was in a place where he was used to the crowd. He was used to the crowds, y'all, but it was something different about this crowd.
Yes, sir.
He just heard Jesus. And he forgot everything that he had planned for that day. Hold on. They say Jesus in that crowd. Lord, Son of David. He got deep with him. See, Son of David went over most of their head, probably like it's going over most of y'all head. When you say Son of David, that means you directly putting him in the bloodline, and you saying, I know you the Messiah. I know I'm sitting over here, I'm dirty, I look like I ain't been to church, I look like I ain't got no good education, but I know you.
I know your folks.
I'm in the house, baby. How many people are in here today say they look at me crazy, they think I don't know nothing, but I know who God is. I don't eat Genesis for breakfast and Revelations for dinner, but baby, I know who he is. He said, Son of David, have mercy on me. And I love what happened next, y'all, because that's church folk 101. Will you please be quiet? We're trying to have church. Please sit down. You know how you be in church and you're so focused on somebody else shouting that you miss your own shouting.
Have
Let
mercy.
me tell y'all something. We go through too much to come in God's house and be worried about everybody else.
All right.
You got up to come and receive a word, but allowed yourself to get distracted. And that's why you leave mad. And then have the nerve to go home and blame it on the preacher. You know, Pastor won't preach like nothing today.
That's what they say.
I don't even think he studied. Like they studied. But the church is like an ATM. And I had to learn that, y'all. And I can explain it very thoroughly why I know that it's like an ATM.
Mercy. All right.
Because I have been to the ATM.
Mercy.
And you can put your card in.
Yeah.
And that's the right card. Got my name on it. And you can put the code in. That's the right code because I made it up. But if you ain't got nothing in there, you can have the right card, you can have the right code and put it in, but still not be able to get nothing out because baby, you ain't got nothing in there. So when you come to church and you ain't putting nothing in church, if you leave saying I ain't getting nothing, maybe you need to go quiz yourself and say, did I put something in there? Did I give some thank yous? Did I give some amens? Did I give some worship in there? Did I tell God, I don't care what I'm going through, I'm going to lift up my hands despite
Hallelujah.
this situation that I didn't ask for.
All right. Hallelujah.
So blind Bartimaeus, he's sitting there and he's shouting to God. And when he shouts, he could get discouraged.
Yes, sir.
When they say, man, be quiet. But that's the thing, y'all. When you've been suffering for so long, I can't be quiet now.
All right.
I would be quiet if he wasn't in the crowd.
Yeah.
But this is my last chance of coming out of this thing. And you never know when God is going to bring you out of something.
All right.
But how amazing would it be? How pleasing would it be to God's ears to hear you, his believer, say, I got enough faith in you.
Yes, sir.
That I'm going to trust you. I'm going to thank you. I'm going to bless you before you even reveal to me.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That I'm coming out.
Hallelujah.
Is anybody here present that can thank God before he blesses you? Does anybody got enough faith to say, Lord, thank you?
Thank you, Lord.
I don't have to wait. I can go on and say thank you. In advance. And you know what, y'all? God got good credit.
All right.
Has he ever let you down? I love the old folks. They say he may not come when you want him, but he's always on time.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Come sit down. I ain't excited yet. I ain't starting no feet or nothing yet.
Hallelujah.
My son and my daughter, I teach them on how to give thanks. Right? Yeah. And so when I give them their food, they'll sit down with their food and they'll say, Lord, thank you for the food you blessed us with. Yeah. Let's start going over their thank yous. But one day I gave my son his food. And he started saying thank you. He started praying. But I hadn't given my daughter her food yet.
Yeah.
And she went on and she started saying, thank you. Thank you for my food. I mean, she just getting up into it like the food was sitting before her. And my son, like many of y'all, he got distracted by her praise.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And he said, London, why are you praying? You ain't even got your food yet. Mm-hmm. And I just wonder if there's any Londons here tonight that say, I don't have to wait for my dad to get it. I can go on and say, thank you in advance.
Thank you.
Can you imagine the sanctified sedity people that was in this crowd? The religious folks that was in this crowd. And they was walking with Jesus. And I'm sure they had their own needs. I'm sure they had their own agendas. But they was telling Bartimaeus, man, be quiet.
Be quiet.
Shut up.
Yeah. Take all that. Yeah.
Don't tell somebody to be quiet. Who ain't talking to you?
Thank you. Hallelujah.
They said,
Thank you.
will you be quiet? And the bottom man said, all right, I got you. Son of David,
Got loud.
have mercy on me.
Yes, sir.
Don't y'all know he looked crazy? I don't know who I'm preaching to. But you may have to look crazy
Glory.
to get what you asking God for. So you want to come to church and look cute, you want to cross your legs, smell good, have your hair done, and act like you ain't got no problems, and you want God to bless you while you disguising your problems.
Yeah. Come on.
Thank you.
In Edmondson Chapel, 2 weeks in a row, we had 2 deacons that came up before the church. One week, one said that he was thinking about killing himself. The next week, one came up and said he was struggling with alcoholism. Deacons, leaders in the church. And you know, when people are that transparent,
Yeah.
it's something about us. They be like, "Ooh, I want to say that though." Because we are so used to hiding. But it's somebody else that needs to hear your testimony.
All right.
The Bible said, confess your faults one to another.
Yes.
That the effectual fervent prayers of a righteous man, a righteous woman availeth much.
Yes, sir.
Hallelujah.
Your healing is in your transparency. You still got some stuff you're dealing with because you acting like you ain't dealing with it.
Thank you. Hallelujah.
I love preaching, y'all, because a lot of times when you come preach, people will look at you and they be like, that was good. Wasn't for me, though. I don't know if I need to say amen on that because somebody may think I'm dealing with that. Y'all know how we are. But your healing, your blessing, your deliverance will come through your transparency.
Yes.
When you say, God, I'm going to shout in front of everybody
Have mercy.
because
Glory.
I'm
Hallelujah.
shouting for you.
Thank you, Lord.
I'm not shouting for them.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm reminded of the time when David, he came home and he was dancing before the ark and he was dancing out of his clothes and his wife, Michael, was like, you just disgraced your role. You don't even look like a king. And he was like, if you thought I looked crazy this time, wait till the next time God does something for me. And that's what you ought to say when you come through these doors. You ought to say, baby, if you thought I looked crazy last Sunday, if God allowed me to make it to next Sunday, I'm going to look even crazier. Maybe y'all need to wear some SOS shirts. Say, scoot over some.
Have mercy. Thank you.
So, the Bible says when Jesus heard him, he stopped and said, tell him to come here. So they called the blind man. And they said, come on, he's calling you. And I found that amazing, y'all. Why would Jesus tell the blind man
Have
to
mercy.
come to him?
Yes, sir. I see you, Scruggs. Yes, sir. The blind.
Somebody here, you ain't blind, but you got an issue.
All right. Yeah.
And you sitting there saying, God, come to me. He said, nah, I want you to come with the issue. Because I want you to see that I don't even see your issue. I see past your issue. I don't see your circumstances. I see past your circumstance. I know who you were. The Bible says before you were in the womb, he knew you.
Yes.
Lord knows he could have found a better looking fat preacher than me. I'm glad you
Have mercy. Glory. Glory.
He could have used anybody except me.
Glory. Hallelujah.
I have issues. I've dealt with depression. I've dealt with anxiety. I've dealt with disappointment. I've dealt with being in front of door after door after door after door after door. And none of the doors are opening. But God says, you got enough faith, David, to just keep on knocking. Because if you keep on knocking, you getting in line with my word. Because if you knock, the door will open. And you know when it'll open? In season. Y'all should have corrected me. Is it in the winter season? What about the summer season? What about the spring season? What about the fall season? The Bible made up its own season. It said in due season. You ought to go home, and every time the devil tries to depress you or get in your head, you say, man, look, in due season.
Yes, sir.
I ain't got a check, but in due season. I ain't married yet, but in due season. I ain't got the job yet, but in due season. I don't have the church yet, but in due season. I don't have the kids yet, but in due season. I don't have the finances yet, but in due season. I haven't got the diagnosis that I want, but in due season.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was important for Jesus to say, I want you to come to me. Because I want you to realize that what you thought had control over you,
Yes, sir.
still can't keep you from my presence.
All right.
Yeah.
I was preaching last Sunday, this past Sunday, and we was talking about storms, and I was talking about how storms don't have power. Storms have permission.
Yeah.
How storms gonna have power when the Bible says that all power belongs to God?
All right.
So whatever you dealing with, it don't have power, it got permission. And as soon as God removes the permission slip, have you ever been in the hallway in school and you didn't have no permission slip? Don't nobody want to say that. I done been in the hallways without a permission slip. I done been somewhere I didn't have no place being. But God says when you're in the wrong, baby.
Yeah.
What happens when you're in the wrong? You bring Jilly brought back into you when the storm keeps blowing and God says, now it's time to stop. Go sit down. God has the ability to tell your problem to go sit down.
Yes, sir. You can do it.
He has the ability to say, you know what, time's up. Look how he did Job. He allowed Job to go through all that he went through.
Yes, sir. Have mercy.
And he said, I see you suffering, but are you going to trust me while you're suffering?
Thank you.
I see you got tears in your eyes, but are you going to trust me?
Thank you.
I see you're frustrated. I see you're disappointed, but are you going to trust me?
Thank you.
The Bible says, trust in the Lord
Thank you.
with all thy heart.
Thank you.
Lean not to thy own understanding, but in all thy ways
Thank you.
acknowledge him, and he'll do what?
Thank you. Thank
He'll
you.
direct your path.
Thank you.
God says, even when you don't understand me, you're still required to trust me.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I said, you don't even have to like me.
Yeah.
But my word said you're required to trust me.
Have mercy.
You don't have to like your situation. You don't have to like your storm. You don't have to give your storm a name. You don't got to be on friends with it on Facebook. All I'm saying is that when you trust God through it all,
Yes, sir.
God will show you that this thing that you are complaining about is bringing some out of you.
Yes, sir.
That wouldn't come out without the storm being present. Peter would have never stepped out of the boat had the storm not been present.
Yes, sir.
Had Jesus not set that whole scene up where he was walking on the water and the storm was there, Peter would have never known that he had in him the same thing that Jesus had in him.
Yes, sir.
But when you've been down, when you've been depressed, when you've been strucken with grief, when you feel like you don't have no hope, it is in them
Have
moments
mercy. Yes, sir.
that God will show you something that you didn't even know you had.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
That's why you are not worried about who else is praising.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what they praising for. When you think about blind Bartimaeus, it's easy for you to tell him to shut up when you ain't blind.
Yeah.
You can see. You got a job. You got a husband. You got a wife. I'm still shouting for mine, baby. That's what you ought to tell somebody. Don't worry about my shout. Worry about your own.
That's right.
But in verse 50, the Bible says that Bartimaeus threw aside his coat. And he jumped up and he came to Jesus. And I love that, y'all, because it suggests that he had to let go of something.
Have mercy.
We're in the beginning of 2019. What are you willing to let go of? To say that by this time next year, I'm going to be in a totally different situation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not going to keep allowing what I'm holding on to keep me from receiving what God has for me.
All right. I received that.
Some of us feel like because we're going through something that God don't love us, God said, no, it ain't that I don't love you. I'm just trying to use you. I know you always got proofs of the church. During that time, and maybe even now, religious folks believe that basically if you was blind, if you was going through this, if you was going through that, even in Job's situation, they believed that he was going through that because of something that he did.
Yes,
sir. Yeah.
Even the disciples in John chapter 9, when they came across a blind man, they said, who sinned? Was it him? Was it mama's dad? Which one? Who sinned? Because somebody had to sin for this to be the result. God is punishing somebody for their sin. And Jesus said, no, neither one of them sinned. But so that I can work through them.
Yes, sir.
That's why this was allowed. And some of the stuff that's in your life, it was allowed so God could work through you. God has a purpose for your life. He has a purpose for your pain. And once you submit to him, you're going to see his purpose.
All right. All right.
So I ask you today, what will you let go of? Some of you need to let go of doubt. Some of you need to let go of fear.
Have mercy.
Some of you need to let go of complaining. Lord knows we need to quit getting on the phone complaining about our troubles to people who can't fix our troubles.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Yeah.
And can I tell you one of the most irritating things I see is when folks go on Facebook and complain about their troubles.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here today by myself on the couch. Charlie still ain't came home yet. I think I'm going to kill myself. And then next thing you know, they taking pictures with Charlie.
Have mercy.
What will you give
Glory,
up
hallelujah.
in order to receive what God has for you? I'm at the end. But in Mark, if you go from chapter 1 all the way up to this chapter 10, there were so many people who got blessed. So many people who got delivered. There was people who was deaf. There was people that was blind. There was people who were demon possessed. There was just sick people. And God was healing people after people after people. But guess what, y'all? It wasn't until he got to Bartimaeus and to where he found somebody that he blessed that followed him after he got blessed. In the last verse, the Bible says, and Jesus said to him, go your way. Your faith has healed you. Instantly the man could see, and he followed Jesus down the road. Well, the question ought to be raised. Will you still show up? After God blesses you?
Yeah.
Will you still tithe?
Good question.
After God blesses you? Will you still be in the choir? After God blesses you? Will you still stay committed to this ministry? After God blesses you? And you know one of the things that really tripped me out about this story, y'all know I'm almost out your way, is that when the blind man came to Jesus, Jesus had the nerve to say, what do you want? Because what he wants for you don't always line up with what you want for you.
All right.
Bartimaeus, did you call on me because you looking for some money?
Want some.
I mean, you need a ride home, Bartimaeus? I mean, what do you need, Bartimaeus? And Bartimaeus said, I want to see.
Yeah.
My desire is to see. And you know what he illustrates to us? You ought to bring your issues And you ought to bring your desires to the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Because only the Lord can get rid of your issues. And only the Lord can give you what you desire.
Amen.
I once was young,
Mercy.
now I'm old. Yet I've never seen the righteous forsaken,
No.
nor his seed begging bread.
Yeah.
Does anybody know that he will give you the desires
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, Lord.
of your heart?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Thank
sir.
you.
And the thing about him giving you what he wants you to have
Hallelujah.
is that it's better than what you wanted to have.
All right. All right. All right.
Because you cried when Keisha left.
Hallelujah.
You cried when Charlie left. You cried when this job let you go. You cried when this happened, when that happened, until you received the real thing.
Yes, sir.
And I just wonder if there's anybody in here to say, Lord, I just want to give you thank you for the real thing.
Yes, sir.
Real thing. Yeah.
Thank you for blessing me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
Thank you.
for making a way for me.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank you.
for showing up for me. Thank you, Lord, for giving me for what you wanted me to have. And allowing all the things that didn't mean me no good. Thank you for removing those things out of my life. We almost gone, y'all. I wonder if there's anybody that can stand on your feet and say, Lord, thank you in advance. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you for keeping me. Thank you for making a way for me. Thank you for being an on-time God. Thank you for being a God that answers prayers, that opens doors. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you got to praise him all by yourself, you ought to praise him all by yourself. I've realized one thing, y'all, that if God can bless me by himself, surely I can praise him by myself. You can go on and talk about me as much as you want. You can go on and laugh at me as much as you want. But it's me with the issue, baby. And God is the only person that can get this issue up off of me. So I'm going to lift up my hands and say, Lord, thank you.
Hallelujah. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Tonight I just pray. Come on, give me something, man. That y'all have a get up spirit. My son encouraged me because he got a bike for Christmas. And it still got training wheels on it. And it's a bigger bike, but he can grow into it. And when he rides this bike, he falls. And I just sit there in the driveway with my hands crossed, expecting him to stay down there and to cry. But you know what he did, y'all? He picked the bike up. And he rolled some more. I don't know who I'm preaching to, but God says you need to get back up, get back on whatever it is and keep knocking you down. And say, I'm all right. Because I know that if I was really hurt, my Father is standing by. And since he didn't overreact, I'm not going to overreact. I'm just going to get back up and I'm going to ride this thing.
Yes, sir. Training wheels on it.
Look at your neighbor and say, I don't know what it is, but you need to get back up. I don't know what keep knocking you down, but you need to get back up. I don't know what keep trying to take you down, but you need to get back up. I don't know what told you didn't need to come to church tonight, but you need to get back up. I don't know what's making you not be able to sleep tonight, but you need to get back up.
Yes, sir.
And say, my Father,
Mercy.
he's out here with me.
That's right. That's right.
Maybe I would have cried if I was out here by myself. But because my daddy is close by, I know that everything is all
Yes, sir.